The Duel of Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr. Samurai Seppuku. Pistol and sword duels of the 18th and 17th centuries. And the War of Jenkins' Ear. What do all of these have in common? The answer? An incident of dishonor that leads to death. Now, in the case of Japanese ritual or duels, the number of deaths per incident was relatively small, but both disappeared because they were recognized as a waste of a country's perhaps most valuable asset, its youth, its young men. Now, in the case of Jenkins' Ear, this was a 9-year war between Britain and Spain from the year 1739 to 1748. British Captain Jenkins supposedly had his ear cut off by Spanish coast guards. The incident was presented to Parliament years later, and because the honor of a nation had to be preserved, it ended up sparking a full-scale war. Now, of course, that was just a warm-up for World War I. And although the First World War can be attributed to a lot of things, the countries of Austria-Hungary, Germany, Russia, and France all invoked national honor to justify their mobilization and fighting. And if you think in today's modern age we're beyond fighting over honor, just do a quick search for honor killings, gang violence, or tune in your favorite sporting event and watch them break into a fight as they throw fists in each other around to defend their honor and demand respect. So having said all this, you may think that it's a good thing that honor is becoming less prevalent. I mean, if honor starts fights and violence, that's a good thing, right? Well, gents, I'm going to counter that narrative and I'm going to make the case for honor. And in fact, I'm going to make a case that every man should embrace honor and that it gives you a competitive advantage in the business world. And to make my case, I'm going to bring up one of my favorite lines from the classic movie Rob Roy, in which our protagonist, Rob Roy McGregor, says this: "Honor is what no man can give you and none can take away. Honor is a man's gift to himself." Now, gents, if you haven't watched that movie, it is well worth your time. Amazing ending and final sword fight. But the part of that quote that I want you to internalize is that honor is something you give yourself. It's internal, not external. And that distinction, gents, is the difference between good honor and what we could call toxic honor. Because if honor is something you give yourself that nobody can take away, then in a sense, no other man, no woman can dishonor you. Therefore, any fight, any violence, any dueling, any action you take against another to bring back your honor is actually you not serving your honor, but actually serving your ego. Because, gents, true honor, healthy honor, it's about the internal virtue, not an oversized ego or performative aggression. Now, is this making sense? Because it's key to understanding this concept that ancient honor, that external honor, the idea that two men had to fight in a pointless duel, wasn't that internally these men were any less, but they were stuck within a rigid code of their society, of their time, and their egos, their pride, propelled them into these destructive feuds. That type of honor, that external honor, I think most of us outside of the gaming industry can agree, it's good that we are beyond that. Now, gents, in case you're wondering why I am so gung-ho about honor, the core values of my United States Marine Corps: honor, courage, and commitment. I'll tell you, a man that lives by these 3 words has no problem cutting through all the noise and living life on his terms and getting what he wants out of it. Now, if you're interested in values like this and leveling up your mindset, gents, I want to share something with you that's going to blow your mind. Did you know that your sense of smell, scent, the most undervalued of your 5 senses, is actually one of the most powerful drivers of your mindset? Why? Well, it turns out your olfactory and limbic systems are tightly interwound, which leads to scent becoming emotion. Does that make sense? Basically, things that you smell can easily become tightly associated with how you feel and how your mind reacts. So knowing this, wouldn't it be cool if a fragrance house could take the core values of honor, courage, and commitment and tie them to fragrances? Yeah, imagine that. Fragrances you can condition yourself with to feel more honorable, more courageous, more committed to your goals. Well, gents, you don't have to imagine it because I built it over at Mission Fragrances. Mission Fragrances are the world's first performance-enhancing colognes. These are scent triggers specifically designed to remind you to be a man of honor, of courage, of commitment, leveraging the science of scent. Guys, if you want to learn more, I'm linking to Mission Fragrances down in the description of today's video. And when you go over to the website at missionfragrances.com, I explain more over there. And if you want to check out the research, you want to see all the information that led me to creating these scent triggers, guys, all of that is over at Mission Fragrances. Again, I'm linking to them down in the description below. So then what exactly is honor and why should a modern man have it? Well, first up, I define honor as your internal code. It's the rules you have for yourself when it comes to integrity, when it comes to virtue, when nobody is watching. It's you doing the right thing when it's hard, especially when you don't have an audience, when nobody would find out if you cheated. No, a man of honor is bound to his code of conduct because he understands that his honor is earned through action, not words. So why does honor matter in today's day and age? Well, first up, trust is a rare currency. We live in an era of scams, fake profiles, deep fakes, corporate deception. A man whose word is his bond stands out from those whose words are hollow and mean nothing. Next up, honor is a root against modern drift. Let's face it, there's tons of temptations out there. Modern life pulls men towards passive comfort and moral ambiguity. Having a sense of honor gives you a compass to be able to navigate through the forest, through the jungle when you can't see the sky. And using that compass, you can stay on your path as you try to reach your goal. Honor anchors your sense of self-identity. Let's face it, we live in a world in which everyone is trying to tell you how to live your life, that masculinity is toxic. But gents, if you're a man of honor, if you're a man that's working to improve yourself, when you do this type of internal work, you develop a deep confidence. It's able to shake off the crap that society throws at you, and you're able to move forward, living your life according to your core values. In a time when many chase quick wins, cheap likes, and public validation, the honorable man plays the long game. He knows that when everything else fades, wealth, looks, even skill, what remains is his name and the echo of his actions. Gents, what'd you think? What did I miss? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to keep watching, guys, you know I got you covered right here at Real Men Real Style with another great, fine video. Boom, right here. Go check it out. Oh, yeah.